biblical proportions.
Oh, it was. And every game, other than the first one, obviously.
I thought Cleveland would at least get a game at home, but James Harden living up to his reputation as a playoff choker.
Is he the most overrated basketball player ever?
I'll say, I don't know about the most overrated ever, but I'll tell you, for a guy who in his prime was generally viewed as a great player.
MVP?
He is the softest great player in any sport I've ever seen.
He plays zero defense. There is no defense being played.
He doesn't know what the word means.
No.
Really. I mean,
he literally shoots and watches the ball go away.
When going right, he's a phenomenal offensive player. He can score on anybody. He's left-handed. He has that edge. He makes his foul shots. He's a lot of things to like about him. But when he's one of these modern players now. When he gets a hair up his ass and he's not getting the money, I want out of it. He did it. Did it in Houston. Did it in Brooklyn. Did it in Philly.
Yep.
Even being home in L.A. where he's from wasn't enough for him.
Yep. What do you think about Donovan Mitchell? They got into a scufflebutt on the sideline. Mitchell went into the press conference and was like, I mean, if somebody was playing, you know what I mean? He was pretty much acknowledging, like, Harden's the reason we're losing right now because I don't have a number two to help me.
Even though he didn't come flat out and say his name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you all know who he was talking about. Donovan Mitchell was the only one who actually showed up and acted like he gave a shit.
Yep.
Really?
Agreed. And the other two guys, Schroeder and Allen, like, they're good, but they're not good enough to be able to help them beat the Knicks.
I mean, Evan Mobley wasn't that much of a force in that series. I thought he would be. I thought he would have a little more of an impact on what he did.
Yeah, didn't he get an MVP vote this year or last year? Maybe it was where he got an MVP vote from people.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was Defensive Player of the Year.
That's what it was.
I think he was that. Yeah.
And he was in the contender for that this year with Wemby.
And I don't know. And then the thing that the thing at the end of that game that really had me cracking up was hearing Cleveland's coach Kenny Atkinson say, "Oh, analytically, we won 2 out of 3 this year." Really, again with the analytics, or as I like to refer to it as asshole-lytics, because people who live by that as the Bible in any sport, I think, are stupid. Who live on that, who believe in that, and exclusively that,
definitely
are assholes who believe in that way.
Agreed. Josh Hart said it. He said, "Analytics don't mean anything if you're not getting wins."
No,
I mean, that's
they really don't. They really don't. I mean, you could incorporate some things, I'm sure, but
of course, yeah.
But to rely on that, to be married to a philosophy that hasn't won you anything,
right?
I don't get it.
Me neither. No, Cleveland, they beat themselves, and the Knicks just beat them more.
The Knicks outplayed them in every facet of the game.
Yeah. Do you think that the series would have been different had they not blown that 22-point in the beginning? Like, do you think it would have been 4-1? Like, wouldn't have mattered? They would have just gotten that one win you talked about in Cleveland, or do you think it changed?
I mean, different only in the sense that Cleveland would have actually gotten that game and that game alone, maybe. But
yeah.
But then again, that I don't know. There was some a lot of the pundits on ESPN and other media outlets were getting on Kenny Atkinson for not using the timeouts. I forget if it was in game 1 or game 2. I think it was in whatever game they went to overtime.
Yeah, first one.
Yeah, they were getting on his case for that. They were getting on his case for not using them because the team looked gassed.
Yeah,
they couldn't run up and down the floor, and James Harden, I think mentally after game 1 was already thinking about going to Cabo San Lucas or Cancun, wherever his vacation destination of choice was. I mean, he's always gonna. I know deep down he probably doesn't really care because he's getting paid.
Right, and he's getting paid a lot.
But I mean, to bring LeBron James into this set for a second. Everyone complains about LeBron this, LeBron that, but you know what? Say what you want about LeBron. The one thing I don't think you can really take away from him, he actually has pride in his craft.
Definitely.
Say what you want about him, and some people say, "Oh, he's going to go back to Cleveland for a third go around." But I don't see why he'd want to leave that warm weather out there. But okay,
agreed, and leave his son. That's the part where I don't think he's leaving because it's his child.
Well, Cleveland, and I said this to a friend of mine privately in a text. I go, you know, I could see Cleveland being foolish enough of taking him back for a third time.
Yeah, and paying him.
But then again, how foolish is that? Because I think actually trading Garland for James Harden was actually worse.
Oh, definitely. I mean, James Harden completely changed. The Cleveland Cavaliers, prior to James Harden being there, had a defensive identity.
I mean, he's one of those. I mean, he's just a. he's just one of those guys who isn't very motivated by winning.
He can't be your best player on the court.
And it's obvious. It's obvious to anybody with half a brain and who's watching.
Yep.
Not to say that he's not a great player in his own right and hasn't had great seasons, because he has.
But he is the key problem to that analytical culture that you're talking about.
He's just that. I mean, even when he was in better shape, he wasn't exactly a lockdown defender either.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a lack of effort or he just doesn't care. I can't. That's the only thing I'm really trying to decipher. I can't.
Can he and he's not, or is it impossible?
Or is he just one of those guys who says, "The hell with it, I'm just going to outscore you"?
Yeah, agreed. Do you think that the city of New York is going to burn down if the Knicks end up winning this finals right now? Because those people are, if they win at home, oh my God, they're going to have to put.
Well, put it this way: if I was the commissioner of NYPD, all hands on deck. All hands on deck if they do.
I so agree.
I mean, because you saw after Game 4 the video of fans. They were just climbing on lampposts and and street and don't walking signs.
Yeah, that's what happened at UConn. They when they won the championship, they greased up all the poles so that they wouldn't be able to jump up and down.
Yeah, they better take that precaution.
Agreed.
If they do, and even though whoever they end up playing out of the West, which smart money says it's probably going to be Oklahoma City.
So that was my next question. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think it'll be Oklahoma City, simply because I think Oklahoma City is just a little bit better than San Antonio.
Do you think it goes to 7?
San Antonio, Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
I could see a scenario where it does.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but the Knicks, and I tell you really, if the Knicks play defense like they did, especially in the Eastern Conference Finals, then I like the Knicks' chances. I think the third time will be a charm. Saw them lose to Houston and Elijah won in '94.
Yep.
In '99, when they lost to San Antonio, they didn't have Patrick Ewing. They had no business being on the floor at that San Antonio team. That San Antonio team was just better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Robinson, Duncan, I think Ginobili was on that team.
Yeah.
Parker was on that. They had a really good team.
Yeah.
So if they end up facing Oklahoma City, they're gonna have a reigning champion, the reigning back-to-back MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll be a problem.
Yeah. Again, who defends him?
Yeah, well, it's
Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart.
He's gonna. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to put a combination of defenders on it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. You can't have someone who's. I don't think you could have someone who's who's his height.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have somebody who's a little bit taller than him, athletic enough, and can at least bother him on his shots.
Yes. Now. This is like a large hypothetical. So say Oklahoma and the Spurs go to 7.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks then will have 9 days of rest before they get to that game. Does it hurt them or help them that they have that much rest? 9 full days.
A little of both.
Yeah.
It helps in the sense that if anyone's banged up, i.e. OG Anunoby,
right? Who could be the defender who's going against Shai this whole time?
Yeah.
Because he had to handle Steph Curry in the last time.
Right. It helps. It helps that, but also there's the rust which you saw in the early parts of Game 1 against Cleveland.
Right.
So pick your poison.
And the Knicks haven't, in my opinion, haven't really been challenged this playoff run.
No, they haven't really. They would challenge most of the Atlanta series,
which is crazy to say because I think Atlanta was so much worse than Cleveland.
I mean, okay, like against Philly, you know. Embiid wasn't 100% healthy, but when he played, I didn't think he was that great anyway.
No.
Cleveland. I mean, to me, the only guy that really shut up for them at all is Donovan Mitchell.
You agreed.
They're gonna go into a different environment there in Oklahoma City or San Antonio, but especially in Oklahoma City because that's like playing in a real rowdy college town.
Yeah.
It's the true